Most people have really hardly any idea what virtual reality is. This is going to come out, and it's going to be a new technology that they've never seen or really heard of.
360-degree immersive environments that you can experience putting on a headset like an Oculus or a Samsung Gear.
To make it feel like you're actually in a place that you are not.
Charles Wheatstone's research demonstrated that the brain processes different two-dimensional images from each eye into a single object of 3 dimensions. Viewing 2 side-by-side stereoscopic images or photos through a stereoscope gave the user a sense of depth and immersion, along with a 3-dimensional image. The popular ViewMaster stereoscope, released in 1838, was used for virtual tourism. In the mid-1950s, cinematographer Morton Heilig developed a Sensorama, which was an arcade-style theater cabinet that would stimulate all the senses, not just sight and sound. It featured stereo speakers, a stereoscopic 3D display, fans, and smell generators. The Sensorama was intended to fully immerse the individual in the film. In 1968, Ivan Sutherland and his student Bob Sprell created the first virtual reality head-mounted display that was connected to a computer and not a camera. It was a large and scary-looking contraption that was too heavy for any user to comfortably wear and was suspended from the ceiling, hence its name. The user would also need to be strapped into the device. The computer-generated graphics were very primitive wireframe rooms and objects. Sega announced the Sega Virtual Reality headset for the Sega Genesis console in 1993 at the Consumer Electronics Show. The wraparound prototype glasses had head tracking, stereo sound, and LCD screens in the visor. Sega fully intended to release the product at a price of around $200. However, technical development difficulties meant that the device would forever remain in the prototype phase despite having developed 4 games for this product. This was a huge flop for Sega. The Nintendo Virtual Boy was a 3D gaming console that was hyped to be the first ever portable console that could display true 3D graphics. It was first released in Japan and North America at a price of $180, but it was a commercial failure despite price drops. The reported reasons for this failure were a lack of color and graphics, games were in red and black, there was a lack of software support, and it was difficult to use the console in a comfortable position. The following year they discontinued its production and sale. Virtual reality, fooling your senses into seeing something that's not there, making the unreal real. The first 15 years of the 21st century has seen major, rapid advancement in the development of virtual reality. Computer technology, especially small and powerful mobile technologies, have exploded while prices are constantly driven down. The rise of smartphones with high-density displays and 3D graphics capabilities has enabled a generation of lightweight and practical virtual reality devices. The video game industry has continued to drive the development of consumer virtual reality. Now, it's not only here, it's the next frontier. Companies from Facebook to Google to Microsoft know that virtual reality is likely the next step up from phones, tablets, and computer screens. They're all jockeying to dominate the next big computing platform. There are 2 main types of virtual reality today. Type 1 is when you plug your smartphone into the virtual reality headset and your smartphone becomes the screen and the virtual reality engine. The Google Cardboard and Samsung Gear VR are examples of the first type. Type 2 is the standalone headset with the screen and gyroscopes built in, like the Oculus Rift or HTC Vive. This second type needs to be connected to a powerful gaming PC to generate the graphics. Google Cardboard is the easiest and cheapest way to try virtual reality. It is just a piece of folded cardboard with embedded lenses. When you stick your phone inside and press it up to your face, you can feel like you're in another world. Google Cardboard is a fun, inexpensive way to turn nearly any smartphone into a virtual reality viewer, allowing nearly anyone to get in on the fun. However, the extremely simplistic experience means it's only as good as your phone. Don't expect this to measure up to full-fledged VR devices like the Oculus Rift or HTC Vive. Samsung's Gear VR is the best smartphone-based VR headset right now. It costs just $99, assuming you already have a recent Samsung phone. It has more sophisticated sensors than Google Cardboard and is relatively comfortable to wear. It's affordable, easy to attach, and has great audio-visual quality for a phone-based virtual reality accessory. A growing library of apps and games is available through the Oculus Store. However, it only works with a specific collection of Samsung phones, and limited inputs means it's less immersive than you can get with larger, more expensive PC-connected systems. The $599 Oculus Rift is far more immersive than strapping a phone to your face. It tracks your head in all directions so you can lean in and get right up close to virtual objects. The built-in screen has an amazing 140-degree field of view. The catch, it requires a powerful gaming PC to generate its graphics, along with a tether leading up to your head. The HTC Vive is the ultimate virtual reality experience for now. At a price of $799, the HTC Vive lets you reach out and grab objects in virtual reality and even walk around a room. Again, you are tethered to a powerful gaming PC, plus you need to clear your living room furniture and plug in loads of cables to fulfill your holodeck dreams. The HTC Vive offers a flat-out amazing virtual reality experience with sharp visuals, great motion controls, and full room sensing to walk around in virtual space. The HTC Vive hardware can help indicate where your walls are, and an in-helmet camera can be used to see your space with the headset on. The HTC Vive is the best virtual reality experience you can have right now, thanks to its motion controls and room scale tracking. It's the closest thing to having a holodeck in your home.
Virtual reality is potentially the most connecting and human of all digital communication technologies. You know, we use things like Facebook, text messaging, email, not because they're the best way of communicating with people, but because they're the most convenient, they're the most cost-effective. But obviously you lose a lot of context when you communicate via text or even via video chat. If you could have a virtual telecommunication system that allowed you to get, you know, all of your facial expressions, all your body language, to make you feel like you're actually in a room with a group of other people, I think that you would be hard-pressed to find a better digital communication system.
I think it's really cool. Like, I've tried it before and it was a great experience.
Anything that you can imagine wanting to do in real life, you can do in virtual reality, no matter how expensive or how dangerous it is. There's people using the Rift for medical applications, for emergency first responder training.
I do believe very strongly that the VR is going to be a very good educational tool. What better way to transport kids and students to something that happened in the past that was important than through virtual reality? I think the possibilities are endless, and that's what makes it really exciting. There's nobody going to be telling you, well, that doesn't work in this medium, because nobody totally knows what works in this medium right now.
You definitely see that spark recaptured. You know, that spark that people feel when they're seeing a really great magic trick for the first time and they don't know how you did it.
There's no other technology that can enable you to actually feel like you're experiencing something incredible, just experience something that's out of this world. You know, watching a movie, reading a book, playing a video game, those are all fun things to do, but they don't actually trick you into thinking that you are in this fantasy world, and that's something that virtual reality alone can do.
I think people are just so excited about the concept of being able to creatively do things they've never been able to do before, to wow audiences in ways they've never experienced. You know, it's what we live for. It's what technologists live for. It's what artists live for. Is to how to give something to somebody that they've never ever experienced before.